Hey everybody, welcome back to BobkeTV and stage number 3 of the Vuelta a Espana in the books. Brilliant ride by Vincenzo Nibali to get the stage win. Il Squalo, the Shark of Messina, strikes again. That win, he's riding well, but that win was delivered, and it's a very good teaching moment for everybody out there that wants to race bikes. I don't know. I'm not sure how many of you are out there are bike racers, but climbing is something that makes a huge difference. Sprinting, if you're a great sprinter, you'll get lots of wins, but descending ruled the day today for Vincenzo Nibali. Quick kick to the line against a very select group of GC contenders at the finish, but Vincenzo Nibali, a good descender, naturally has great balance, has been racing bikes since he was a youngster. I think he started 8 or 9 years old racing bikes in Sicily where he grew up, but Nibali has studied the art of descending. He was teammates a few years ago with Peter Sagan, and they pushed each other to incredible limits. But Nibali studies motorcycle racers, motocross racers, the dynamics of descending, alpine ski racers, and because of that, he is one of the best descenders in the business. I think there's probably maybe only Peter Sagan could get off of the mountain quicker than Vincenzo Nibali in all of professional cycling. Chris Froome, also a very good descender, but Nibali, amongst the GC contenders, probably the best descender, and that gives him a huge advantage. I would recommend looking at the Giro di Lombardia that he won, and there's, if I'm not mistaken, YouTube footage galore of the final descent he put in to win the Giro di Lombardia a few years ago. It's hair-raising, it's scintillating, it's provocative, it's absolutely thrilling to watch, and you worry for Vincenzo, but to see the way he descends, and it's something that he's worked on, focuses on, trains for, and gave him a stage win on number 3 in the Vuelta today. But the dominant rider of the stage was Chris Froome of Team Sky. He does not mess around with time in a stage race at any point. He's very, very proactive, aggressive. When he finds an opportunity to go for any time out on the course, he goes for it. And there was a time bonus sprint just before the last climb. Conventional wisdom would suggest you sit on the wheels, you wait for the attacks that are most certainly to come on the final climb of a Grand Tour stage, when everything is on the line and all the marbles are in play, but not Chris Froome. The field had come together. Nobody was sprinting for the time bonus of 3 seconds. Froome went for it. Actually, his teammate, Diego Rosa, didn't quite brake hard enough after leading Chris Froome out. Rosa was given the 3 seconds, but Chris got 2 seconds, which would prove the difference between being in the leader's jersey and being tied on time with 3 other riders. Nico Roche, TJ Van Garderen, who had a great stage, by the way, and is having a great Vuelta so far, and David De La Cruz from the Quick Step squad. How are you going to beat Chris Froome? That's the question that everybody has to ask themselves. Probably the second best rider on the stage, for my money, was Esteban Chavez. A beautiful climb up the last Category 2 climb before the quick descent to the finish, and Chavez very fluid. It didn't seem like he had much trouble matching Froome's acceleration. So Esteban Chavez had a great stage today, but Chris Froome in the leader's jersey. Team Sky trains for that. They're used to it. It doesn't bother them to have the leader's jersey in the Grand Tours, and in fact, it gives them a little bit extra leeway. It gives them a little bit extra space in the peloton out of the respect for the leader's jersey, which is still pretty common in professional cycling. So Hats off to Chris Froome. Great stage by Vincenzo Nibali. Solid riding by TJ Van Garderen and Esteban Chavez. Everybody else, you've got a lot of work to do. And start taking the chances to get time whenever you see them. You have 3 weeks, a little bit less than 3 weeks, to chip away at Chris Froome's advantage. And this is what I want everybody to watch for. What the time gaps are on stage number 16, which is a 42-kilometer time trial, 26 miles of time trialing that suit Chris Froome perfectly. Look at the characteristics of the riders that are trying to beat Chris Froome and watch for the opportunities that they take to get time, either collectively or individually, against Chris Froome and the juggernaut squad of Team Sky. All right, everybody, that's your assignment. Practice your descending. And tell me who's going to win the Vuelta and how much time Froome's rivals need before that very decisive stage 16 time trial. All right, everybody, thanks a lot. I'm going to leave you with that and see you tomorrow.